a new island, 3 new fruit reworks, a new way to awaken your fruits, and a BloxFruits blog. Is BloxFruits finally being consistent? The answer to all of those is yes, and it's all happening now. But before we get into this video, I want to announce that I'm going to be giving away a perm Yeti and perm gas once I hit 100k on TikTok. I'm 3,000 away, and once we hit 150k on YouTube, there goes another giveaway. But I just wanted to talk about the 3rd blog post, because BloxFruits, for 3 weeks in a row, BloxFruits has been consistent, and that's extremely rare if you've ever played BloxFruits or know anything about the game. It's actually huge. This game is so big that Moist Critical was playing it when the update happened, so this next update might blow your mind. Anyways, what are we here to talk about? So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the new island. So what I think is going to happen is that there's going to be a new island, or it could be a new raid / event that is going to take place above Tiki Outpost. But why do I say above Tiki Outpost? Well, that's because in the blog there's a story about a winged man who is apparently just dominating the skies over the Tiki Outpost, and he's building a quote-unquote Sky Kingdom. Now, if you guys have ever seen One Piece, you know that there's Skypiea, but BloxFruits is trying to distance itself from One Piece, so I don't think that this is just going to be another version of Skypiea in the 3rd sea. I think this is either going to be an event or it's going to be a new island, and that's actually kind of big because we haven't had a floating island since the 3rd sea. So this is actually going to be super interesting. And if it's not an island, if it's just an event, that is still super awesome to me. We might get something really cool out of it. What could we get out of it? Well, what about a new race? Now, this sounds crazy, and I think this is the most out there possibility, but is it possible that there is going to be a new race in the game? We did just get the dragon race last update that you can get from right here. So why do I think it's even possible? Well, basically just because they mentioned that it's a new quote-unquote species. That's a weird way to describe the falcon fruit, which is what I think this is most likely actually referring to. I think they're talking about the falcon fruit here, but it's just a weird way to talk about the falcon fruit. And if it is a falcon fruit, I guess other players are going to be able to either customize the falcon or they're going to have different color wings. Anyways, in other news, apparently the guy who has been terrorizing Turtle Island has a special type of gravity, and this gravity isn't an awakened version. In the last blog, it was actually described how the awakening scientist has found a new way to improve upon the awakening system, or just to upgrade fruits, and it seems that gravity is the first fruit for that to happen to. And what I think this is either one or two ways. One, there's a new awakening type for fruits, so you can awaken fruits in a different way other than raids. Or two, this is just kind of the in-game way or the lore way to explain a reworked fruit. You know, why fruits change suddenly. Because gravity went from looking like this to looking like something completely different. So even gravity is getting a brand new awakening in a different way, or it's just a rework and they're just talking about it, hyping it up. And for the final post, because this is kind of a short issue, let's talk about the barrier fruit. Now, barrier is being rebranded to an entirely new fruit. It is no longer going to be the defensive fruit that we all know and love and have never used before in our lives. It's going to be called creation. So the creation fruit is apparently going to be totally different, and we know from this one screenshot that Indra posted that you can build houses and structures and bridges and towers with barrier, or with creation, sorry. I don't know how creative you're going to be allowed to get with this fruit, but it sounds to be really interesting. Now, I really do think that this is going to turn the game into Fortnite, and looking at how the newest fruits and the reworked fruits are still meta to this day, like we look at Diamond is a really good fruit right now. So the creation fruit is most likely going to be very good as well. I'm not so sure what its gameplay is going to be like, but I am super interested. Anyways, if you guys liked this video and want more BloxFruits news, please drop a sub and let me know down in the comments. I'm going to be making more videos more often so that I can remain consistent on this channel. And if you guys want to follow me on TikTok so that I can get to 100k so that you guys can get that perm gas and perm Yeti giveaway, then go ahead and do so. There's a link in the description. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.